As the number of confirmed cases of the Zika virus continues to rise in the world, more calls are being made for citizens to stop the spread of mosquitoes. C News took a visit to the Ministry of Health Insect Vector Control Division in Cunupia to find out what's being done to control mosquitoes in this country. Marie Hull has been tracking Zika.
Specialist Medical Officer in charge of the Insect Vector Control Division of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Roshan Parsaran, says the division and the Caribbean has been researching ways to fight against the Aedes aegypti and the Aedes albopictus mosquitoes for the past 30 years. These mosquitoes are capable of transmitting the yellow fever, dengue, chikungunya, and recently the Zika virus. However, Dr. Parasaram says the elimination of the mosquito threat is not the responsibility only of the government.
Some of them being the formation of a technical collaborative team, which includes the regional corporation, all 14 of them, including the city corporations, and they meet at Vector Controller's head office every quarter to discuss the way forward in terms of actual using their pesticides, because some of them have established smaller vector control units. So we have given them technical oversight as to which pesticides to use, how to use them, what is the best methods of control. And we have also used them as a resource because local government needs to work closely with us to get rid of the problems with vacant lots and on all the issues that are related to breeding Aedes aegypti and the sources of eradication.
He says data showed high traces of the Zika virus and vector-borne diseases in the county of St. George West.
Aedes has been said to be an urban mosquito. It lives with us, it breeds with us. So we have found traditionally that the east-west corridor throughout Trinidad has higher levels of dengue when we look at the data, rather than the southern parts, excluding central Trinidad. So the bulk of dengue, and we're now seeing the bulk of Zika, has come from the east-west corridor, except from there's a pocket in La Romaine where we got a number of cases as well.
In April, government, through the Yellow Fever Act, increased the fines from $500 to $3,500 to penalize people whose actions create a haven for mosquito larvae at their homes. Dr. Parasaram says local government has to play its part by charging delinquent homeowners.
If you have a potential breeding site that we deem a hazard, we can serve you a legal notice, and if that is not abated, we can take you to court and actually serve you a warrant to clean up the premise and a charge.
While there is concern that mosquitoes are becoming resistant to commonly used insect repellents, Dr. Parasaran doesn't believe this is the case.
Generally, people use things that contain pyrethroid, which is similar to what we use for our space spraying, but it has been used a lot. There has been some research and talk about resistance building up because of the widespread use of the sprays, home sprays, and there is some resistance to it. Based on a cross-reactivity to DDT, which was used in the past. It was passed on to the generations of mosquitoes, so there is some resistance to it already. So there has been some resistance to that main ingredient that is used in most of the insecticides at household level.
The Ministry of Health has advised citizens to perform simple tasks to reduce mosquitoes in and around their homes, schools and communities, such as inspecting premises to identify and remove breeding sites. Marie Hull, C News, tracking Zika.